It's been a topsy-turvy week for the monorail this week, and it's only Tuesday. Yesterday we updated you about a rumored testing of one of the trains for Sunday, but that didn't happen. Bad news it would have seemed for the monorail, but yesterday I got more news that all is not lost. First, we have these shots from the FreshBaked Street Team. This one from Bailey at Young B 714. I'm not exactly sure what that contraption does. Some say it cleans the track. Others describe it as simply as a track maintenance vehicle. I'm sure they're both right to some degree, but I couldn't say what specifically it's doing. Only thing I do know is that I've only ever seen this thing go the wrong way, which I find kind of humorous. Here it is again from Whoa a Buckaroo. Whatever it is, it's a very good sign of progress being made to the track and to the ride system. By the way, I also found these guys doing some work on the platform. Pretty sure that's just cosmetic though, what they're doing up there. But here's the really good news. I have now heard from multiple sources that Disney is casting for more monorail staff and that they will begin ride testing very soon. And we should expect to see an operational monorail by early October. And this just in, again, from the FreshBaked Street Team, just this morning, after I already wrote and recorded all of this, we've got a live monorail on the tracks. These shots, again, from Whoa Buckaroo this morning at the Disneyland Resort. So those reports of testing soon meant today, which is super exciting. There you have it. We are on our way. And this is much better news than I thought I was going to get as of Sunday. The only bad news about, the news that I've heard is that it's likely still just to be the one monorail train when it first opens. But hopefully, it won't be long until they get a second one online. Very excited, very happy to see this. I'm going to be one of the first in line to ride that monorail. You can count on that. Let's now head to New Orleans Square, where these enormous walls and scrims popped up around the Harbor Galley in that seating area along the Rivers of America that used to be the smoking area. I asked a cast member in the area what these were for, and the assumption was expanded seating for Harbor Galley. And I suppose really anything else in the area as well. Seating here is definitely in short supply. There's some tables back by the Columbia, a few more in front of the Harbor Galley, and then you got to take your bowls walking over to Critter Country or sit along the river. Some have suggested that this could be for a Columbia refurb, which is possible, even though it just came out of one, if I'm not mistaken. I do recall that when the Columbia went down for refurb a couple years ago, similar walls and scrims went up, but that was just around the immediate area of the ship itself. It did not extend all the way down to the Tom Sawyer dock. This is a much bigger area being worked on here. I'll try to get a second and maybe a third opinion this weekend, but so far I'm inclined to think that this is expanded seating area for Harbor Galley, or just the area in general. One of the reasons why this area has been so congested lately is because Royal Street Veranda's closed, and all that clam chowder bowl traffic was heading to the Harbor Galley. But I've heard that the Royal Street Veranda is going to reopen in a couple of weeks, so now there will have a second option, an extra option for that clam chowder bread bowl. While we're in New Orleans Square, these scrims are still here. Nothing new to report on this, but we got more scrims and walls up at Le Baton Rouge. Now remember, this is the location where we saw those tantalizing signs making us wonder if they were maybe going to do something, kind of Princess and the Froggy in that area. Now I can say for certain that whatever it is that they're doing, it's not that. My previous intel suggested this was going to be just another gift shop, something, reimagined, kind of like what they're doing at Photo Supply Company. They simply hadn't yet decided what it would be. But it looks like perhaps they may have decided and will now be standing by to see what's coming to this location on Royal Street. And again, I'll try to ask around, see what I can find out here, but my guess is we won't hear anything solid for a few weeks at least. And before we leave New Orleans Square, here's an update from the Haunted Mansion and the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. The exterior decorations are completely up now, it looks like. We just saw pumpkins last week. Those pumpkins have been placed. They're out and about around the Haunted Mansion. Everything looks great. The mansion looks great. Just the way it should for the Nightmare overlay. That's always been one of my favorite decorations, is that sled with the list hanging down the front of the mansion. There's this thing, by the way, also. At first I thought they were going to install something. But I think, no, that's just equipment. That's like a lift. You can kind of see, the bottom of the lift down there with the tire and the orange thing. It's probably, they were using that to put up the decorations. So nothing to see under that ominous looking black tarp. This guy looks great at night. Shot with the Haunted Mansion in the background. Looks great through the lens. Can't wait to shoot that again this year. And of course, that's not all. Halloween time has arrived at the Disneyland Resort. The season officially begins this Friday, September 3rd, but obviously it's arrived a little early at Disneyland. It's a week early. There's pumpkins everywhere. All the usual stuff. We'll take a quick tour. And also at Pioneer Mercantile, this is a first, according to a cast member that I spoke with. They've always decorated outside with these pumpkins and stuff like that. That's always been a thing. But now there are decorations inside the store, which is pretty new. I really love that wooden jack-o'-lantern. That is great. But yeah, this is all new here. They didn't used to do this, according to the cast member that I spoke with. I think it looks great. I love it. I want to see more of this. More. I want Halloween everywhere throughout the entire park. Which does include Cars Land, as it turns out. Cars Land has done not all of their decorations are up, but most of them. It was almost ready. I was almost going to do a full tour, but then it just wasn't quite done enough. I'm going to save that for the 3rd. But here are some highlights from around Cars Land and Route 66. And of course, the next time we're in the park will be this week, this Friday, and it'll be the first day of Halloween. So stay tuned to Fresh Baked, as we'll be covering it in detail, and we'll probably be live streaming from DCA sometime Friday night. So I hope you can join us. And then one final note. You can now buy candy at the Candy Palace through the app via mobile order. This is a new feature that they just started. They did a soft opening yesterday on the app at Candy Palace, and eventually you'll find it also at Trolley Treats and Marceline's in downtown Disney. Otherwise, that's it for our construction update this week. Stay tuned for more next week. I'm sure there's going to be lots to talk about. We got some stuff to follow. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked. On Twitter at FreshBakedDizzy, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDizzy. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Be safe out there, be kind to one another, and Fresh Baked.